And welcome back to Across the Board with Ian the Colonel here on Hawk Radio, hawkradio.org. One of the best punk bands, alt-punk bands out there these days. You've got to include Bayside on that list.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And as I've seen so many people say before, you know, on their Facebook page, you'll see people with Bayside tattoos, and they'll say things like Bayside is a cult. You know what I mean? People love this band that much.
And they should.
Yeah, absolutely, for good reason. So with us on the line right now, bassist from Bayside, Nick, are you there?
I'm here.
Awesome.
What's happening, guys?
Not much, man. We're just loving life, I'll tell you. But let's talk about the new album. Well, first off, people can get a hold of you with the website, which is actually not Bayside.com, but it's BaysideBayside.com, correct?
Yeah.
All right,
That's
so
it.
we'll get that together. So BaysideBayside.com. Great band. You guys formed in 2000, so have been around a little bit now from the East Coast like us. You guys are from up in Queens. But
Yep.
let's talk about the new album, Killing Time. You know, I've read that you guys say that this is your best album to date, that, you know, it's sort of a culmination of everything that you've learned, everything that you've been through with different record companies. Talk a little bit about what went into this album.
Yeah, I mean, really, you said it there. It's a culmination. I think we worked hard for a lot of years and really cut our teeth on the road and learned how to be better musicians and songwriters and all this stuff, and it all led up to this point where we found ourselves, we fulfilled our last record contract, and you know, I really feel like we were just on like the biggest upswing of our musical career, and we were also in the best position as far as us looking for a new label, us having the time to write the songs and really critique ourselves, and really put forth the best effort we ever have towards an album. So it really was a perfect storm of everything coming together at the right time for us to be comfortable in a good spot mentally and musically and all that, and have Wind Up Records on board right now.
Yeah.
You know, helping us chug along. So it's another piece of the puzzle for us that so far couldn't be going better, really.
Great.
So
and Wind Up.
we're all really happy, which you know, being in a band is a lot of hard work, and to be happy all the time is almost impossible. But right now things are really just starting to get going, and we're all happy with the process.
Yeah, that's great. And Wind Up is a great company. You know, we have had other Wind Up artists on the show, Finger 11, good friends of the show as well. So so you have 3 songs already released from the album. We've got Already Gone, Sick, which is the one that everybody's pushing right now, and Mona Lisa have all been released. Again, the album is called Killing Time. Love all of them, but like I said, Sick is the big one right now.
Yeah.
These songs actually sound a little bit different, though, from each other. I think these are the most diverse tracks, you know, the group of tracks that you guys have ever put out. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, you kind of said it when you were introing our band. I think we're an alt-punk band, you know. I think we definitely don't stay... I mean, we have our own, not our own style, but the songs that we write are the songs we want to hear, and we're comfortable within those reigns. So I don't think we're ever going to stray too far from the path. But we do enjoy playing, you know, some mid-tempo stuff and then some more aggressive stuff. And I don't know, I want to say we're all over the place as far as our music goes. But if you listen to an entire album and all 5 of our albums, I think it's pretty... it's not going to sound like a different band all the time. Hopefully it just sounds like we're getting better, but we do explore within the same territories. We do explore some different things once in a while, and Mona Lisa is we have songs that are akin to that, like Landing Feet First, or I Think I'll Be Okay from our last album, that are kind of just a little bit more mid-tempo, you know, quarter note chugging along type of songs. And then songs like Sick are more akin to Devotion and Desire, and They're Not Horses, They're Unicorns. So I think with this album, we looked to our past albums and saw what people really reacted to and what people expect from us and what they like. So we wanted to keep that in mind while we were writing, and really just put forth our best effort as far as what the fans like and what we want to play, then figure out, what those songs sound like, and then I don't know. There you go. We got 10 songs on our album that hopefully people already like.
What did working with Gil Norton bring to the table? I mean, he's worked with the Pixies, Jimmy World, Foo Fighters. I mean, what did his knowledge bring to the production of Killing Time?
I think going into it, we didn't really know what to expect. Besides, that he's worked with all those insanely amazing bands. So we were happy just to have him on board. But the best thing I could say about him is that he was just a calming and positive influence. It really was a fun process to record in this album, which I think is saying a lot. I think the studio could be pretty stressful, tedious experience for most bands, and having him on board, it was positive, it was fun. He was the first one to be cracking jokes, and he's an older guy, he's probably late 40s if I had to guess. So for him to bring a lighthearted atmosphere to our recording session, I think really just made us feel good and made us feel like we could just go out there and have fun every day and make the best album we could. I think our mental status while we were playing all those songs and recording all those songs was probably the best it's ever been. And as far as like technical stuff goes, him and our engineer Dan, just the actual recording process of it was amazing. They're all stars as far as that goes. Our album definitely sounds the best out of any album we've ever done. So just being there was so much fun, and it's definitely the best studio experience I ever had. So hopefully that comes through in the recording.
You are listening to Across the Board with Ian the Colonel on Hawk Radio. We're standing by with Nick from Bayside, and you guys have some of the most dedicated fans I've ever met, and I know a whole lot of Bayside fans. What does it mean to have the fans that are so dedicated to your music, almost, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but almost worship you as actual idols? I mean, it's amazing. I've never seen anything like it before, but your fans are that dedicated to your band and your music. What does that feel like?
I mean, a million different words come to mind, but I mean, mostly we're just lucky, There's so many bands out there that do what we do, and I don't know. I mean, I'm glad that we're a band that people feel that way about and feel close to, and really like kids get tattoos of our logo or lyrics or anything like that. And our band, we all have other bands' tattoos on us of bands that influence us. So the fact that we're one of those bands to other people is really, again, I just feel lucky that I'm part of something that means something to a lot of people, and especially in the way the music industry is going now, and there's a lot of bands out there that are probably selling more records than us and selling more tickets to shows than us, but they won't necessarily be around in a year or two, and we've made a career out of this for 10 years, and like I said earlier, I think we're at our highest point right now, and I think things are only going to continue to keep getting better and going up for us. So we owe a lot of that to our fans, and our fans are, like you said, extremely dedicated, and when you have fans like that, it matters. Their opinion matters, and when they have friends who they turn, our band on to them, and then the same thing keeps happening over and over, and hopefully it snowballs into just a great fan base of people who understand our music and come to shows, and growing up, a show to me was always a release, from school or work or anything like that. So that's what we want our shows to be. When people come and see us, we want people singing along and being energetic and really letting loose from, the trials and tribulations of their everyday life, whether it's work or school or whatever's going on. So I think people appreciate that, and I think when people watch us, too, they know that we're not just necessarily standing up there playing our instruments looking bored. Whenever we're on tour, the best part of all of our days are when we're on stage, and I think it shows. I think people see that we're having fun, and we're out there for them and out there interacting with them. So I think that a lot of that has to do with it. We have a good connection with our fans because of our live shows.
Across the board with Ian the Colonel here with Nick from Bayside. Nick, you said that you guys even have tattoos of a lot of the bands that you are influenced by. What are some of those bands? Who are some of those bands? What are the tats?
Me personally, I have a couple of Bad Religion tattoos, Bouncing Souls, Green Day. I know Chris has Get Up Kids tattoo. Anthony has Alkaline Trio, the Toy Dolls. Just trying to think. I know there's more out there than that, but
it's not a bad list.
We're kids that grew up, going to shows 13, 14, 15, and are lucky enough to be doing this for a career right now. So we always love giving shout-outs to other bands and let people know what bands influence us, what bands have influenced us, what bands are listening to now. And, getting tattoos of bands is, I think it's a cool thing. There's a lot of good artwork out there that could be, whether it's lyrics or artwork or, I don't know, an artistic representation of a lyric or something like that. You could get pretty creative with a tattoo. So we've seen some good ones out there as far as Bayside tattoos go. And I think we started putting them like on our MySpace, a couple of years ago, and I think that almost made people want to get them more, so we could they could actually have their tattoo uploaded with the rest of all the Bayside people who have tattoos. So it's cool. We might have to start that up again, start posting people's tattoos.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Now, tell me, where are you most comfortable? Do you prefer to be on the road, in the recording studio, on stage, with that feedback from fans? What makes you feel, how do you get that high, I guess?
It's definitely the road, and I used to be extremely nervous and self-deprecating in the studio, but I think the past 2 albums have been a pretty positive experience for me. So I don't necessarily mind the studio as much as I used to, but the road is always the best part. It's where you just feel the most connected and feels like you're working almost. We spend so much time writing and recording just so we could go on tour and meet new people and play in front of people. So that's definitely always the best part, and just seeing how people react. So I don't know, I'm looking forward. We got a tour coming up in about a month, the Take Action tour. So it's going to be our first tour since early winter. So
with Silverstein,
here in the States anyway. So
yeah, we'll be there.
Now, the latest album's called Killing Time. It came out just a couple of weeks ago, actually, relatively fresh from Wind Up Records. It is in the Billboard 200 right now, so definitely pick it up. What else if anyone hasn't heard of you guys for some reason, how can they get a hold of you guys? How can they follow you, keep up with you while you're on the tour?
We have all the normal things. You mentioned Bayside, Bayside.com. That's kind of a good rallying point for all of our other websites. But we have Facebook. My personal Twitter is at Nick Bayside. We have our band Twitter is just at Bayside Band. That's pretty much it. I mean, like I said earlier, we're doing the Take Action Tour in April and May. So if you go to takeactiontour.com, there's ticket links and all the show dates. And it is partially a charity tour, so we'll be doing a lot of different charity things throughout that whole tour. So that's a good website to check out.
Nick, thanks again. We are huge Bayside fans here, along with, I don't know what it is. It's just, your music does get in a fan's blood, so there isn't such thing as a casual Bayside fan, I think.
Right.
You either haven't heard of you guys or you're obsessed with you. So we appreciate it, man. Keep making great music. I agree. Everything you guys put out is good. This area is great, I should say, but this album is the best so far. Loving it. So you guys you keep progressing, and we are big fans of that. So Bayside.com, MySpace.com/Bayside, Twitter, Facebook. You can find these guys everywhere. Again, the new album is Killing Time. It is out. Go out and buy it. You can get packages with it, so you can get like a T-shirt and that kind of stuff. And Record Store Day is coming up soon. Go out and buy the physical album would be great as well. Cool. Thanks a lot, Nick.
And the Take Action Tour too.
And the Take Action Tour, definitely check them out there. And Colonel and I will both be out on that tour a couple of dates as well. So we appreciate it. This has been Nick from Bayside with us here on Across the Board with Ian the Colonel on Hawk Radio.
HawkRadio.org.